Yo, what's going on, everybody? CC back with you with the podcast called In the Den. I had to change the name because I felt like it, but I'm glad to be back. I know everybody was asking, "Yo, man, hey, when's the podcast coming back?" I'm looking forward to the podcast, and I was like, you know what? I've been busy. I finished my album, so when I got free time, I'd come back to it and start. So, um, it's glad to be back, though. I'm just glad to be back, and glad to spit these jewels out here for you guys. So, um, this episode, I'm not really gonna go too deep into stuff like I usually would, because I'm gonna treat this more as a coming back sort of thing. So I'm still gonna have topics, don't worry, but I'm not gonna go in depth like I usually would if I was already deep in it. So, man, first thing I want to talk about, all my fellow seniors out there watching this, or listening to this right now, sorry. Man, we're about to graduate in about 70-something days, man. We're gonna be freaking out on our own in the world. Like, it's crazy to still think about. I remember walking in as a bright-eyed freshman, like, damn, this place is gonna be weird. And I was right, it's weird as heck, still. But, all jokes aside, people came and gone, and, like, I was shook, honestly. There was actually this one girl I knew. I don't want to say her name for obvious reasons, but I'm pretty sure she'll know who she is. We were close, and some stuff happened. I don't know exactly what. It didn't have anything to do with me, but the energy just changed. And now I honestly don't know where we stand, like, as friends. But that's just a story of an average high school tenure. Like, you're just chilling, right? People that you vibe with and all that. But then all of a sudden, things just change, like with the snap of a finger. And it's hard to explain, but at the same time, it's easy to understand. It's one of those type of conundrums that people just get frustrated over, But shout out to my day ones be out here, 2020 games where it's at, filled. All my underclassmen watching this, my homies that aren't graduating for another year or two or three, I just want to say, shout out to y'all, man. Makes it real. Y'all just the ones that mess with me, because I know there are some underclassmen out here that just freaking think they run the town, but they'll learn. But nah, the ones that are cool, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all held it down. Big dog. Whenever I needed something, y'all came through. Y'all made me realize not all underclassmen are freaking annoying. Some of y'all actually pretty cool. But enough with the mushy, lovey-dovey stuff. Man, I got freaking topics to speak on. Now, the first topic I want to speak on actually is going to excite most of you. I'm going to speak on my album. Alright, and this is a more in-depth look, like background type thing. Okay. So, my album is called The Return, and so far, it has 5 songs. I want to add more, but my technology hasn't been cooperating with me lately. So, I've only been able to crank out 5, like complete, done, mixed, mastered, ad-libs, all that done. But the reason why I called this album The Return is because I went through a phase. Alright. Now, a lot of you know I'm a rapper, and if you don't, then slap yourself. I'm just kidding. But so when I first started out the rap game at Bartlett, my name was CC the Wakandan. I made my first studio track, and to this day, it still, holds the nostalgic novelty type in my heart. And I've been CC the Wakandan up until this year, actually, first semester. last semester, I changed my name to C Sizzle because, the whole CC the Wakandan thing, I thought, I just felt like that wasn't me anymore because, I went through some things that mentally, kind of jogged it a little bit. So I changed my name to C Sizzle for a minute, for about like 2-3 months, and everyone was like, oh no, he's not Wakanda no more, he's C Sizzle now. I was like, man, what happened? I had a whole thing going. I'm not saying that C Sizzle I felt less, because I'd always have a certain pride about myself when it came to my music. But excuse me, man, I had to yawn. But I changed my name. I changed my name back to Wakanda because I just knew that's who I was. That's like when I have when I want to understand myself, I understand myself better as Wakanda, just because the simple fact that's how I started and that's how I plan to finish, But yeah, that's why I changed my name and changed my name back. And that's why I'm naming it The Return, because it's the return of CC the Wakandan, and he tells you so far 5 different stories. One about love, one about friendship, one about brotherhood, one about just self-esteem. Self-esteem is probably the biggest topic in this album because I show a lot of self-confidence and I show a lot of not braggadocio, more of a arrogant swag. Like I brag about things I have, but I don't brag about them and put people down because they don't have them. I'm just being grateful for what I have instead of making others jealous, which I end up doing anyway because envy is just a strong force that can overtake anybody in a matter of seconds if they're not careful. But yeah, that's basically the gist of my album. Different spectrums of my brain basically being dissected and shown off to you, metaphorically of course, because if not I wouldn't be doing this. But yeah, so that's just my album, and it's coming out May 20th, 6 days after I freaking graduate. I was gonna make it the 21st, but I kind of already had May 20th in mind when I first started this. So this was all the way back in this was all the way back in October 2019. I was like, it's coming out May 20th, no cap. That's what I said to myself. And so I gotta sit up real quick. Alright. I was in my chair kind of slouched and I was not comfortable. But so yeah, my album's coming out May 20th, after I graduate. So I'm really, the only thing I'm worried about when it comes to this album is how people are gonna react to the call outs I make. I call people out. I don't know if it's not by name, is what I mean. It's not by name. But I'm pretty sure once I say what happens, that they're gonna know immediately. And I'm not afraid of their reaction, or say I'm more afraid of, the clout chasing, dick riding that's gonna happen, Because people nowadays, they just chase clout and they dick ride for no reason. If someone says something and, they have a cult, a friend group that just are basically simping for them, they're just simps, right? They just freaking, they agree, no matter how egregious or wrong the person is, they're just drinking the simp juice. Alright? That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about being attacked by a bunch of fanboys and fangirls, oh, you dissed my prophet, man, you dissed my king or my queen. Oh no, you must suffer for what you have done. I'm like, nah. And even if that does happen, I'm still gonna stand my ground because mama ain't raised no bitch. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna ride the wave. Whatever happens, happens. Because I know that my day one's got my back through it all. Speaking of that, Nah, never mind. I'll save that for you. But yeah, that's basically, my only worry with the album is fanboys are gonna attack me. And even if that does happen, I'm not, because, like I said before, I know who got me. But yeah, that's basically the whole thing on my album. I'm very excited. I've listened to it about 1,000,000 times already. It's freaking amazing. I'm still not done. I'm still not done adding songs. I'm trying to add at least 2 to 3 more, just so you guys can have a good amount. Because 5 is a small number, but I feel like even if there were just 5 alone, that it'd still be pretty solid. Better than what I put out 2 years ago. Last year, Dark Side of Wakanda. That was rushed like a mug. It was rushed bad, and I apologize for putting out like such a rushed project, because you can tell it was rushed. I messed up in songs and I just kept going, and I actually posted it. I'm sick. That makes me sick thinking about that. But yeah, that's the whole gist of my album, and that's my album segment. So yeah. Now, one thing I do want to talk about, though, that's been, kind of a trend lately, is a hood love story. All right. Now, I've done a hood love story. If you guys don't know, hood love story, for those of you who live under a freaking rock. Basically, when you tell a story about a relationship that you've had in the past and like how it went wrong. Okay. And I told mine. And, I got mixed reactions. Some were like, oh yeah, bro, that's pretty good, Like, that's a cool love story, it's all that. The other ones were like, bro, you're just doing this for attention, right? Well, I'm gonna address the ones who say I'm clout chasing. Alright. So, me telling a story about how I got hurt is clout chasing. I mean, kinda, I guess. Like, maybe like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about a 3. It depends on the severity of it. But I was mainly telling the story through like how I was feeling. I didn't really highlight what happened. I mean, I kind of did in some parts. If you know, you know. But I did it. Here's why I think I did it. I think I did it because I wanted to show you that people can change just like that. They can just flip on a dime, switch their whole gig, their whole feelings about you. They can just switch like Nintendo switch. You feel me? But clout chasing, that's kind of ironic coming from the same people who always want to post RIPs, but at the same time they want to glorify rappers who rap about killing people. I mean, I sound so cheesy right now, and I sound like a freaking square. I sound like a freaking square just talking about this, but it's true. People would post RIP somebody, right? Let's say somebody dies, heaven forbid, I don't want nobody to die no more. We've lost too many legends like Kobe, Nipsey, everyone has lost somebody, death is not cool. Now, but at the same time, we can't say RIP so-and-so, and then literally a week later, we post something. We post something glorifying the very thing that took the person that we cared about away from us. Like, somebody gets shot. Oh man, it's a shame he got shot. Then the next week we're listening to NBA YoungBoy talking about shooting niggas in the hood. Like that can't happen if you want change. They're like, oh man, this world's a terrible place. All that. But hey, let's keep glorifying the things that make us think the world is terrible, shall we? That's basically what you're doing. I don't mean to sound like a square or anything, but that's just the truth. Sometimes the truth is like medicine. You don't want to take it, but it's good for you. So, but that's my whole thing on that. I don't want to dive into this right now. It's my introduction. I'm just trying to keep jumping from topic to topic because, you know, I just want to like give the newcomers variety is, you know, what I'm doing. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Now, we're hitting about 15 minutes and 16 seconds right after I said that. And I'm going to keep it short today. I'm going to move into my last topic. And my last topic today, believe it or not, is my perspective on the presidential race right now for 2020. Okay. So, we all know 2016 Trump wins, right? He becomes president. You know, he's done his stunt. He's done his thing. 2017, 2018, the government was shut down for some reason that I forgot because I don't really pay attention to politics. But since I'm becoming of that age to where I'm old enough to vote, I have to pay attention more now because I could solely be responsible along with all my peers that are becoming eligible to vote. Like, we have to become more politically responsible because the future's in our hands now. And like, you know, that shit hit different when I first heard it, but you know. So, the whole presidential race, look, I'm not gonna go into the knee deep politics because I know there's politic lovers on my Snap that go crazy about this and berate me if I say something they don't like. They wouldn't berate me, but they get on my head. I don't want that. But here's my basic thing on the presidency, all right? I'm voting for whoever I think is gonna be the most equipped to run the country for my generation. Or not my generation, but like for like that tenure. You know, that could put the country in the direction that I see best for our generation, what I should say. And it won't matter on who, like, if they can put the country in the right direction for our generation, I'm voting for them. I don't care who it is. Like, that's just me. Like, the whole personality, like, you know, all the background stuff, you know, all that, you know, I feel like sometimes, you know, people over exaggerate on that. And if they have done stuff in the past, sure, that's wrong. But, you know, 99% of the time, people deserve a second chance. Unless you're Hitler or like something like that, then people deserve a second chance. So, but yeah, that's my whole thing on the presidential election. But I think I'm gonna call it here. I feel like, you know, this was kind of, oops, my phone went off, sorry. I feel like this was kind of rushed, you know, because I just jumped from subject to subject to subject. And honestly, it's just more of an introduction, like what was on my mind at the time. And it's a welcome back episode, so I didn't really expect this to be organized. For my next episode, I'm gonna have a full outline of what I'm gonna talk about, you know, and like what it's gonna consist of, and like how I'm gonna address it and stuff. I'm gonna be way more organized, but I just wanted to do this as an introduction video back to the freaking podcast game. And I'm glad that you guys are able to listen to this, and I'm just grateful for the support that I've been getting. And so I hope you guys enjoy the ride as much as I am, because it's about to be good. Welcome to the den with CC, signing out. Peace. That outro was trash. I gotta work on that. But nah, for real. I'll catch y'all later. See y'all at school.